And on edge closer to Qatar 2022 with, of course, a big, important win up against the United States. But what's going to happen in the next round of matches? We'll get into it next. Once again, another prediction video today. We look forward to match day number 11 over the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying phase for Qatar 2022. We'll take a look at that and more in just a second. Of course, if you're new, where you been, boys? Smash your subscribe button to keep you back up to date with all things AFCON related and World Cup qualifying related. Of course, CONCACAF related. We've got it all here under one Rooski. That's right, monstrous win for Canada, beating their nearest and dearest, their bitter rivals, of course, USA. Could this be the new dynasty in the CONCACAF? Of course, forever it's been Mexico and the United States, but can it now be Canada and the USA? Of course, we look forward to the next round of matches in the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying phase. And of course, we'll look at that in a minute. Of course, big shout out to my VIPs. They're the patrons, guys. Thank you for your loving behind the scenes. So let's review it. Of course, lots to take in this past match day. Of course, big winners, Canada on this one. Panama, they did play Jamaica, and of course, they picked up a big win, 3-2 in the end for them as well. Keep themselves in contention, not only for qualification, but of course, maybe even finishing in the top 3, maybe even the top 2. Goodness gracious me. Meanwhile, Mexico picked up a draw against Costa Rica, 0-0 in the end. They're down to 3rd in the table now. So a big opportunity again for the United States and, of course, Canada to break away. Honduras picked up a loss against El Salvador, big win for them at the foot of the table. Of course, that was is this right? Is this bloody right? Yeah, it is right. It is right. Sorry, El Salvador, of course, with the big old win, up to 9 points for them right now. And of course, the big one right there, Canada 2-0 win over USA. Didn't even see it myself. Couldn't see this one. Couldn't see it pan out that way, but it did. Monstrous win for Canada in the end. I went with a draw myself. In fact, I just got 1 out of 4 there, and I think that's pretty poo. It is pretty ghastly, but of course we have a couple of people who got 3 out of 4 there. I don't think many picked the United States to lose against Canada, but of course a couple of guys got a bit of a shitter there. But of course, big shout out to Eastern Eagle, Iman and Winky. Well done to you guys, picking up 3 out of 4. Let's take a look at the overall grand scheme of things in our own prediction league. Here it is. Of course, Even Hussein is running away with it with 21 points to the board. JSB70 are great, and Winky are in second spot, with, of course, the Chasing Pack in amongst it. But, of course, what's going to be the state of play after the next round of matches? We don't have to wait too far, because we're going to jump into the deep end right here, right now. We'll look forward to this one. It is match number 11 for the CONCACAF World Cup qualifying phase, Qatar 2022. So here we go. Kick it all off with, of course, the top of the shop there. It will be Jamaica. Jamaica make it easy up against Costa Rica, then shall we? Of course, this is match day number 11. I don't have any odds on this one, so we're gonna go with our gut. Of course, take place on the 2nd of February. These two sides have played each other 13 times. Well, these two nations have played each other 13 times. 2008, 1 for Jamaica, 5 for Costa Rica, and 7 draws. Of course, Jamaica though commences with a run of 5 games without a win, 33% form for them right now. Up against Costa Rica side, who are unbeaten the last 3, picked up 2 wins in the draw to boot. Of course, Costa Rica have picked up 5 wins, and of course, of those 5 wins, the biggest win over Jamaica was a 3-0 win. Jamaica's one and only win over Costa Rica was a 1-0 win. In fact, they've only scored 7 goals compared to Costa Rica's 14, which works out around about 1.08 goals game ratio compared to Jamaica's 0.54. Last time played, of course, was in Costa Rica. It was back in September 2021. That was, of course, the reverse fixture, and it was a 1-1 draw. Meanwhile, last time picture, they're in Jamaica. It was a draw way back in, of course, March 2016. Jamaican competitors on the back of the 3-2 loss against Panama. Of course, and Costa Rica pick up a 0-0 draw against Mexico. Of course, in Mexico as well. So a big monstrous result for that. Again, I got no odds on this one. I am a little bit early on this one. You got to be in it to win it. Of course, for this one. So I'm going to go with my gut. And my gut says that Jamaica will not win this one. I think it's 2-1 win for Costa Rica. They are in contention. They've got to win this one to keep up the heat with, of course, Panama. Top 3, I think, go through. 4th go into a little bit of a sidebar there. Of course, Costa Rica need to win this to keep their heat. Of course, for their race for the top 3. Kicking off forward, another team, that's it, another nation in the race for the top 3 is the USA. They could mathematically drop out of this, depending on what goes on elsewhere, of course. So kicking off forward, the United States up against Honduras, of course. What have I done here? Have I still got the bloody thing open? I do. Of course, let's take a look at it then, shall we? Of course, taking place over in the United States, and again on the 2nd of February. Now these two nations again played each other 17 times, 2004. 13 wins for the United States, 2 for Honduras, and 2 draws. Just 1 defeat the past 6 games for the United States. 75% form up against the Honduras side, who haven't won in the last 13 games. Goodness gracious me, 0% form for them. And of course, the United States haven't lost any of their last 17 home matches heading into. So the biggest win, though, over Honduras was a 6-0 win. The biggest win, though, is a 3-1 win. Of course, USA have scored 37 times compared to the 14 goals scored by Honduras on this one, which works out about 0.82 goals a game ratio compared to the United States, 2.18. Of course, last time the picture was a 4-1 win for the United States. That was in Honduras back in September. It was the reverse fixture, of course, for this own qualifying phase. But the last time the picture that in the United States was in the World Cup qualifying phase back in 2017. It was a 6-0 demolition for the United States. Of course, the Americans come into this on the back of a 2-0 loss against Canada. However, they come into this on a 3-game winning run, at least anyway. Well, 3-game clean sheets at home, of course, including friendlies against Bosnia and, of course, wins over El Salvador and Mexico as well. Kicking off forward, though, Honduras coming into this on the back of a 2-0 loss against El Salvador and haven't scored in the last 2 games, of course. To take a look at the odds, got no odds again on this one, so you go with my gut. Of course, USA need to win this one. And of course, the American fan base is not really warming to the coach right now, Greg Berhalter. Could they make a move? Could they transition out of this into another coach before the World Cup? Of course, realistically, the United States need to be at this World Cup, but of course they they're not there yet. They are not there yet. Of course, there's still a couple of games left to save their campaign and make a push or secure the top 3 spots. But will the United States go, for example, to Qatar 2022? And will, of course, Berhalter be their manager? Of course, all that to be decided, of course. But I think they'll win this one anyway. 2-0 win at home. I think it's going to be a bit of a shit show if they can't beat Honduras, who haven't picked up a win all campaign as well. Kicking off forward to be El Salvador then, shall we? Of course, this could be match day. Of course, match number 11 over in taking on Canada. They are the leaders. Of course, now Canada should not fluff their lines here. Of course, doing a tremendous job so far, yet to taste defeat in their World Cup qualifying phase. Now, these two sides will take place on the Estadio Cascucatan, of course, on the 2nd of Feb. 0-2-0-2-0-22. Of course, they played each other 6 times, 2009, 3 for Canada, 1 for El Salvador, and 2 draws. Just 1 win and 6 though for El Salvador right now. 33% form up against Canada side, who've won 5 of the bouts. Of course, 92% form for them at the moment. Of course, over the course of those 6 games since 2009, Canada picked up a 3-0 win, was the biggest over El Salvador, and El Salvador's one and only win was a 1-0 win, of course, which works out around about. They've actually scored just 2 goals against Canada over the course of those 6 games, whereas Canada have scored 7, which works out around about 1.17 goals game ratio compared to El Salvador's 0.33. Coming at you though, last time I played there was a reverse fixture in Canada, was a 3-0 win, but last time I played in El Salvador was a 1-0 win for El Salvador way back in, of course, October 2017. El Salvador coming to this on the back of that win over Honduras on the road. So yeah, they'll come in this with a bit of optimism, and of course they haven't got any hope really of getting to the World Cup of Qatar, but of course they can make a ground on Costa Rica with a win for them this coming Wednesday, I think it is. Of course, Canada to beat USA, of course, and they're coming to this on the back-to-back clean sheets, and just because conceded 1 goal the last 4 games, that is Canada. Get no odds on this one as well, so I'm going to go with my gut. My gut says just a 1-0 win for Canada, get over the line, and hopefully edge closer to Qatar 2022. Kicking off forward to be the final one. It is Mexico up against Panama, of course. Let's take a look at this one then. Match day number 11, jump in the deep end, of course, over in Mexico. In fact, the game will take place at the Estadio Azteca. Played 18 times, 2005, 11 wins in Mexico, 2 for Panama, and 5 draws, of course. Mexico just 1 win and 6 though. Absolutely horrible form right now. 33% form. Up against Panama side, just 1 win, 1 defeat the past 5 for them, 58% form. Of course, over the course of the game, the 18 games 2005, Mexico's biggest win over Panama was a 5-0 win. The biggest win, otherwise, a 2-1 win in favour of Panama. In fact, Mexico scored 28 goals compared to Panama's 10, which works out around about 1.56 goals game ratio compared to Panama's 0.56. Of course, last time I played was the reverse fixture in Panama. Of course, it was back in September 2021. It was a 1-1 draw, and last time I played in Mexico was back in June 2021. It was a 3-0 win, but it was a friendly, of course. Mexico coming to this on the back of a 0-0 draw against Costa Rica. Panama picking up a 3-2 win over Jamaica, and of course the odds on this one are not here as well. But Mexico, of course, need to bounce back. They were in 3rd spot. They've got to keep an eye, look over the shoulder here, and with Panama breathing down the next. If Panama were to win, we could see something absolutely unthinkable. Never in my wildest dreams thought Mexico could not make Qatar 2022. And of course, at the end of the game, that won't be decided anyway. But a win for Panama could see them leapfrog Mexico and put them into that trouble zone, which of course will be a massive loss for the world of football. We want to see the big boys. We want to see the likes of USA. We want to see the likes of Mexico in there. Canada, of course, will be a refreshing change as well. But anyway, going to go with a win for Mexico here. 3-1 win at home. They have to win this game. Yes, they do. That's, of course, my take on, of course, match number 11. Be sure to get your own take in, of course, cut the forecast WC22 CONCACAF to get your predictions in. Of course, we look forward to seeing those next time around. Of course, when we do see that, they'll be back in March, I think. But until then, guys, smash your thumbs up, smash your subscribe, check the links down below. I'm on Twitter, I'm on Twitch, I'm on Facebook, and I'm also on Patreon as well. And if you think you are a CONCACAF football expert, of course, want to join the band of brothers here, the Avengers here, they're starting to take shape. Of course, big week this week. Let me know down below. Or better still, follow me on Twitter, direct me, hit me with a direct message and say, hey, I wouldn't mind being the CONCACAF expert over on your channel, of course. And then, of course, we'll get the party started and have a little chat. There's a good chance to make a bit of pocket money as well. But until then, boys, I'll see you soon for the next one. We are done for now.